Welcome to Teachings from the Masters with Daryl Shaun Price.
Hi, welcome. So glad you're here today. Today I want to talk to you about the core changing your life. It doesn't matter what aspect we're talking about, whether it's financial, whether it's your health, whether it's relationships or anything else. But the core of how real, lasting change actually happens. And I know you've heard lots of messages from lots of people. Well, manifest by doing this and do this type of journaling and focus on this type of mindset and focus on these habits and do these things and wake up earlier and do this type of work and meditate this many times a day. And then you will get. But I want to tell you something a little bit radical here. And I want to be really, really true, really, really direct and simple. You do not change by focusing on new habits. Sure, your behavior might get modified, but who you are at your core and how you've defined your life doesn't change by you focusing on new habits and just changing your behavior. It doesn't change by focusing on some ideal that you've been taught. It doesn't change by practicing techniques, by some force of will. And this is where I see everybody get caught. Everybody I've worked with has gotten caught in this cycle at some point in their life. That they're going to push and push and push and push and push and try harder and do more techniques and do more stuff until change happens. You only change by gaining awareness and understanding, by an internal shift only. And I know there's going to be a lot of people right now who say, well, but I worked really hard at gaining XYZ habit and I get up at 5 every morning and I do my exercises and my body looks better than it ever did. Sure, but you're still defined as that person who is struggling with their body. You've just shifted where the struggle is. Now you struggle to keep your body so it's not what you hated before. You did not change. You changed the color of the circumstances. It's like moving the furniture around in the room. You didn't move to a new place. You didn't have a whole new life. You just moved the furniture around. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me get this straight right now. There is nothing wrong with you moving the furniture around, changing the curtains, deciding it looks a little different and feels a little better. But at the core, all creation, because you are the master, the core of all creation is this one truth. You attract what you are, not what you want. So let's take that same example I was talking about. So let's say you're somebody who struggled with their weight and with having enough energy and with their health for a long time, but then you decided to take drastic action. Like, okay, I'm going to go study all of the diets. I'm going to go find the one that works the best for me. I'm going to become obsessed with having a better body. Think about that. Originally, you are someone who struggled with health and weight and strength. You are still someone who struggles with health and weight and strength. You've changed the behavior and therefore the external outcome. You didn't become someone who doesn't struggle with their health and weight and strength. You shifted the energy of who you are to just pay attention to some different circumstances. So now the struggle is, I got to keep going so I don't become this again. The same tension, the same energy, the same pressure is there. But you're a master creator. You do not have to go work and push and do all the external things to create anything in life because you are the master creator. So what do you do to truly change? Real change happens with awareness and understanding. Awareness, this is who I am right now. If I were to take and list out based on physical senses, based on what I can observe, based on the reactions I get from other people, this is who I am. And look at yourself in the 6 aspects of life. Who are you spiritually? And be honest about it. Who are you emotionally? Be honest about it. Who are you intellectually? Be honest about it. Who are you physically? Who are you socially? And who are you financially? This is where authenticity and accountability comes in. I am aware. This is the life I've created. These are the patterns that keep showing up. This is who I am. If you want a little help with that, pay attention to your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the voices in your head and what they say over and over again. Something pops up with somebody, oh, well, I really don't like that person. I mean, they're just really big on themselves. Ooh, that inner dialogue has put that disconnect between you and that person and whatever that event is. And it doesn't matter why it's there. It really doesn't. You don't need to go deep and you don't need to nitpick every little thing. Just become aware. Think of it like this. It's like you are choosing a character in this massive video game that you're playing. So you went and chose this character that has these conditions and these characteristics and these traits and these strengths and these weaknesses. Okay? At any moment, you can say, no, I don't want to play as this character anymore. I want to play as this one. I want to shift the things I have access to because I'm shifting who I am. And yes, the mindset gurus are still going to try to get you to focus all of your attention, all of your energy on changing behavior, changing all the things on the outside, changing your habits, doing things a different way. Well, millionaires all do this, so you have to do this to be the millionaire. Well, all of the people who are really strong and buff and have a good body do this, so you have to do this to be strong and buff and have a good body. And yes, your mind is a powerful creator. So if you focus your mind and get obsessed enough about those things, even without changing internally, you'll see some external results change. That's not where your peace lies. You didn't come to this life to just get money, to just have a nice body, to have fun relationships. You came to this life to practice being a master creator, to take energy in its purest form, that is your spirit, the spirit of creation. And using that powerful mind that you were given, transform that energy into matter and experience. True change only happens with awareness and understanding. So I am aware of who I am. Let me understand who I want to be. Not what specific little results I want. Yes, that'll be part of it. Those are the breadcrumbs that help you pay attention. For example, let's take money. If you are somebody who's been struggling with money, like I only ever have enough, sometimes it's only the nick of time, I barely have enough to pay my bills, sometimes I have to put it off and get payment arrangements just to keep my cell phone active or whatever it is. There is a person that you are that has created that reality for that person because it matches who you are there. You can choose to become someone who never struggles with money. There's always more than enough. When something comes up and it's a desire, I can pay for it. There's a financial freedom. Money becomes this renewable resource that I love, that I embrace, that flows to me. And this person over here doesn't believe that this is the way things can work because for this person, it doesn't. Now you can go the mindset approach and you can say, okay, well, I'm going to work on my spending habits and I'm going to push and I'm going to save and I'm going to invest and I'm going to do this and I'm going to go get 3 more side hustles so I have more income coming in and I'm going to put the income in all these different places and become so obsessed with I'm going to force this situation to change. But it's the same energy of struggle with money that keeps you in the same spot. Okay, so now you have millions of dollars you're struggling with instead of a few hundred you're struggling with. What happens if you become the person who, I don't struggle with money, period. Money is easy. Money comes to me easily. There's always more than enough. By shifting who you are, you will naturally and easily shift the results. And it'll be in the easiest way possible for your happiest life. Because that's what life is about. You, the master, you are the creator. And your spirit is guiding you on what is the easiest path to creating your happiest life right now. You listen to spirit. And that's where the understanding comes in. Understanding that, yeah, I can do all of the different mindset things. I can change my habits. I can do all the techniques, all the practices. But if I don't change who I am, that's just shifting that same attention of who I am to a completely different placement of the furniture within the same house. The master attracts what he or she is, not what he or she wants. Because you, the master, are creating by shifting energy. So you take energy, you turn it to a thought. That thought starts to spark the imagination. As you keep imagining, that imagination becomes an idea. The ideas have all the emotions associated with them. And as you dwell on that imaginative idea and those feelings long enough, it starts to shift who you are. So to truly shift, to truly change, it requires a death of the old self. And it requires understanding what you want to feel more than what you want to physically experience. Yes, those physical desires, the more money, the health, the relationships are there to get you to put your mental energy and attention onto something that is more in alignment based on how you currently see the world and your beliefs. The key to change that lasts is never in the habits, in the mindset shifts, in the little tweaks, in the tips, in the tricks, in all the little things that you're told, all the techniques. It never is. And it's not that they don't have any value. Sure, they're helpful. In fact, there are times I recommend a specific something to the people I'm working with if it helps them gain awareness and understanding. But remember, those things, those habit changes, those behavior changes, those tips, those techniques, those tricks, are what the Buddha described as the finger that points to the moon. It is not the moon itself. The point of the finger is to get you to look at the moon, not keep dwelling on the finger that's pointing to it. So yes, take your desires, imagine them, feel them. Understand what it would feel like based on your current beliefs to have that desire and dwell in that feeling. From this moment forward, you get to decide who you are. You get to decide who you are. So take those 6 areas again, spiritually. Who are you? Are you connected? Are you flowing? Are you trusting? Are you someone full of faith? Are you scared that if you do it wrong, there's a punishment? Are you worried? Are you dictated to? Are you told what to do and don't have a personal connection beyond you? Emotionally, are you someone who allows yourself to feel as feelings come up? You're not scared of them. You're vulnerable. You're open. You don't try to escape or distract from the emotion. You allow it. Or are you someone who lets the emotions control you? You sweep them under the rug when they're not comfortable. You use them to project onto others when they're too intense. Who are you intellectually? Are you someone who's curious, who's open, who's willing to see different perspectives, who wants to learn, who embraces the wonder and awe? Are you somebody who is scared, who forces yourself to learn something because you feel like you have to? And you have to do it a certain way, and you're scared to be wrong. Physically, are you someone who's worried about the diseases that might happen and how healthy things are, and what are you doing right and what are you doing wrong, and how do you maintain everything you want to maintain? And what if your body doesn't look good enough, and what if you're ashamed of how you look? Or are you somebody who embraces your physical being, listens to your body, and has that conversation and dialogue? One of love for who you are right now, and how much your body supports that. Socially, are you someone who is seeking outside affirmations? People to tell you you're good enough, people that lift you up, people that can help you complain, people that can help you stay where you are? Or are you somebody who seeks out deeper connection? Somebody who can challenge you, somebody who can grow with you and feel that connection open and vulnerably enough to feel real love? What about financially? Are you someone who's scared you might lose it all? Are you somebody who's worried you make the wrong choices? Are you somebody who feels like you're never going to have enough? Are you somebody who feels like, oh no, if I don't get more, I haven't been successful? Or are you somebody who appreciates what you have, who knows there's always more, isn't worried about what's going to happen next? Now, these are just examples. You decide who you are. You decide who you are. And you've already done it. Listen to that inner dialogue. What comes up in any situation? What are your inner voices saying when that situation pops up? You've probably created beliefs that have blocked you in a lot of ways that you didn't even realize. Oh no, I can't afford that. When something comes up that you're like, wow, I would really love to have that jet ski. No, I can't afford something like that. That's ridiculous. I'll never have one. Listen to that inner dialogue. Who are you? Now, you don't go forcing the inner dialogue to change. Here's the beauty of real change. We talked about at the beginning, those people who are just mindset gurus. And it's all about, you're going to push, you're going to change your habits, you're going to hustle, you're going to work 12 to 14 hours a day, then you can become rich, for example. When you change who you are on the inside, the outside starts to match. You will see the omens that are leading you. And you will find you get those results without all the work you thought you had to put in. Things just show up because you are the master. You are the creator. And that's because you're not out here pushing, reacting, trying to force the outside world to shift to match. And even if the outside world looks different, it's still matching who you are at your core. Remember the example we talked about at the beginning of this episode? The example of the person who has always struggled with their physical health and then decided they're going to change all their habits and now struggle to keep their physical health. Same energy, same person. Change who you are. Here, let the world match. Physical health is a good one for me. It's something I used to struggle with all the time. Now, it's very easy for me to listen to my body. I don't look in the mirror and see, oh, wow, look, I am the buffest, strongest, most amazing person in the world. No, but I'm healthier than I've ever been. I'm losing weight regularly and keeping it off. I don't worry about what I eat. I don't worry about how much exercise I do and what result it's going to have and what this thing is going to do to me. I listen to my body, which means when it comes to physical health, I follow the peace. And it's become so much easier than I imagined it would have been when I tried to force myself to change habits to fix myself. Things just fall into place. So right now is your wake-up call. It's time for you to change your lifestyle by changing who you are. Not changing what you're experiencing. Change who you are. If you do not have the life you love, who would you need to be to love that life? Take a look at those 6 areas. Take a look at your inner dialogue. Take some time and be introspective. Take some time and get to know who you are right now. And then be accountable and decide who you want to be and what that feels like. Once you have learned to live in alignment, and that means a focus on spirit, heart, and mind, being at peace no matter what is going on outside of you. I have $1 million. I'm at peace. I have no dollars. I'm at peace. I have the healthiest, strongest body in the world. I'm at peace. I am struggling and my body is falling apart right now. I'm at peace. Once you are so in alignment that you are at peace no matter what is happening, then you will be led on the easiest path to your happiest life. All you have to do is follow the peace. Idea comes up, feels like peace, follow it. Idea comes up, doesn't feel like peace, not following that. And there's a lot of people out there who are scared to live with this much faith. And you're going to hear them talk about how, well, this is just a coward's way out and you're just ignoring what's happening in the world. Look at all the chaos in the world. Look at all the things that are happening. Look at how horrible things are. Look at all the hatred and the dissension. And you need to stand up and you need to take a stand and you need to do something. And if not, you're a coward. The most courageous thing you can do as the master is to keep your calm and peace no matter what is happening outside of you. The world is falling apart. I'm at peace. The world is at peace. I'm at peace. You will notice the moment you put more priority on your inner alignment than anything else, those ripples will start to have a positive effect on the world around you. And naturally, that energy will shift reality, because everything you experience is created from energy first. And you as the master get to decide what energy you are using to create. There's an old saying in the Tao Te Ching that says, the greatest evil that a man can commit is preparing to defend oneself. And it's not that you don't defend yourself if something happens. It's, I'm so obsessed with, I have to defend myself. I have to change the world. I have to make it better. I have to make a stand. I have to do this. I have to do that. You lose your peace. Anything that happens, you will be led to what is the easiest path to your happiest life if you are in alignment. To shift and change you on the inside by being aware and having understanding. Aware of who you are, an understanding of who you want to be. Focused on just being in alignment. You want some help making this change? Are you ready to take this wake-up call? Send me a message. Go check out the resources we have on DarylShaunPrice.com. Also, please subscribe, like, and share this episode with somebody who you believe it could help. I'll see you next time.